Hi everyone, this is Dong Xiaxing. Today I will give a presentation about the project of image processing and computer vision. And the topic of this program is object tracking application in traffic system. First, I will introduce the background of the application about object tracking and detection. And second, I will introduce the method I use in this project. And the third part is the results and the demonstration of my program. Okay, let's see the first part. In this three image, you can see this is three situations of application in object detection and object tracking. The first image shows the camera detect the high altitude projectiles. And in the second image, there are some cameras to measure the speed of cars in high-speed road. And the second, like entrance of some building to measure the temperature of human body. And my project will focus on traffic system. In traffic system, video surveillance system is a popular application, but most of the traffic cameras should work with traffic lights and related system. In some road, there's no traffic lights and related time system, but it's also need to supervise traffic violation. So I think this traffic problem is more complicated object detection and tracking technology to build an automatic surveillance system. And the system will use some technology. The first is object detection method. I test two methods in my project. The first is background subtraction method. Background subtraction method is for a static camera. The background is stable. The object of interest, including person and cars, are usually moving. So in this situation, we can use background subtraction to sense a pixel of moving objects into adjacent frames. And another method is object detecting method. There are many trend models we can use from internet, like YOLO SSD. An object detection model is a trained neural network model. So you can see it has the function of classification, but different with a classifier. It can also detect object location and the moving station of the objects. The second method I use is object tracking algorithm. There are many algorithms used to track objects. These methods are based on OpenCV, and we can use it simply. And the third method I use is image processing. The video is actually a sequence of image. So when we process video, it is same as process image. And I use the three ways to deal with the image: thresholding, low pass filter, opening, and clustering. These three methods are used to remove noise from the images and the differences image. And the opening and closing filter is used to get a better outline of moving objects. And to the third part is a result and a demonstration. You can say this is a result of the backgrounding subtraction during the video processing. The algorithm I use is Gaussian mixture background segmentation algorithm. And you can see there are two hyperparameters in this algorithm. The first is threshold, and the second is length of history. When the threshold is low, the noise will be very big, and if the threshold is big, there are no noise. But you can see this outline of our object has some gap, so it's not good. So I think threshold equals to 80 is better than the other two. About the other hyperparameter history, you can see it also has some effect in noise and outline of the object. In this three image, I think history is 200 or 50, both good. And after this two hyperparameter, the algorithm have another advantage. It can detect the shadow of moving objects. You can see in this image, the gray part is the shadow of the moving car. So we can use a filter to remove this gray level shadow and just remove them, and we get a good result like the image below. And after this, I use a closing filter to process the image. And after this, we get a better outline of the cars and the motorcycle. So this is the part about background subtraction. And there is another model I built for the traffic violation system. And the system is consist in object detection model, SSD, and an object tracker. It's using centroid tracking algorithm. And let me show you my program now. The first program is about background subtraction. And we run it. We can see this is the difference between frame. So the white part is moving objects. And in our original video, I use a green square to detect them. And it works very good. And the second program is try to test about some tracker. And here I use the CSRT tracker, and I can select the region of interest by hand, and this system can track multiple objects at the same time. For example, you can see my hand, and I can select a finger first. It can track my finger well, and you can select more. You can see there's some mistake. the box goes from the finger to another. So, but its work is pretty good. And the third program is about the last model I mentioned before. Okay, you can see this model I use an object tracker model. It is trained by COCO dataset, so it can be a classifier to classify different objects like person, like cars and motorbike. You see, and the system will give each object an ID and will label its class. And when we get this kind of information about what kind of object is and what about the location in the image in the video, we can use this fundamental information to build traffic system to detect violation, something like that. And you can see this system is different from the background subtraction system. It can detect silent object, not only moving object. This girl wear yellow clothes is stand here, not move, but it can be detected. Okay, this is the last program I made, and this is the end of the presentation. Thank you.